Hello students, I hope you all are doing well. So today we are going to learn preparation of cost sheet which comes under the cost accounting. Have you ever thought when you are purchasing a dairy milk of rupees 10, what is the amount of raw material in it? What is the amount of labor cost in it? What is the amount of selling and distribution cost in it? What is the amount of advertisement cost in it? So these are all the concepts which we are going to learn in this particular lecture. So I am just quickly opening my presentation. Just wait for a few seconds. So the topic is classification of cost and preparation of cost sheet. My name is Dev Kumar Mandal, working as an assistant professor in the Department of Management, Glenware University. So, moving towards the topic, what do you mean by a cost sheet? A cost sheet is a statement that shows the various components of the total cost for a particular product or service. It basically means that it is the calculation of the total cost price for a particular product starting from raw materials, labor, factory cost, office and administration cost, selling and distribution cost. After adding all the cost, we add the profit and then sell it to the market. So this total cost comes under the cost sheet. Moving towards the next slide, what are the objectives? Why we prepare a cost sheet? It helps in the total cost of production valuation. It helps in the total cost of production valuation for a particular product or service. It helps to calculate the selling price because unless you know the cost price, you cannot determine the selling price. After calculating the cost price, we add the profit and then calculate the selling price. So it helps in the preparation of selling price as well. It also helps to identify the areas of cost reduction, that is cost minimization. Cost reduction means cost minimization. If you want to minimize the cost, you can identify the cost sheet, and from the cost sheet, you can minimize the cost of production as well. It also helps in the preparation of budget and cost control. Moving towards the next slide, what are the components of a cost sheet? Like there are various components of a cost sheet. First one is the prime cost. After calculating the prime cost, we add the factory overhead, and factory overhead, after calculating factory overhead, we add the office and administration overhead. Like these are all the expenses: factory cost, office and administration expense. After calculating office and administration expense, we calculate the total cost or cost of sales. After calculating the total cost, that is the cost price, we add the profit percentage, and after adding the profit, we calculated the selling price of that particular product. So this is the format of a general cost sheet. First, it starts with the opening stock of the raw material. Then we add the direct expenses, all the direct expenses, okay, like opening stock, then add the raw materials, then add the direct expense minus closing stock of raw materials. This comes the prime cost. After calculating the prime cost, we calculate the factory cost by adding the factory expenses. All the factory expenses are added. After calculating the prime cost, we add the factory expense and we arrive at the factory cost or works cost. After calculating the works cost, we calculate the cost of production by adding the opening stock of finished goods and deducting the closing stock of finished goods. After calculating cost of goods sold, we calculate the total cost by adding the selling and distribution overhead. After calculating the total cost, we add the profit and then calculate the overall selling price. So moving the next slide, there is a question given. I request all of you to note down the question so that in the next slide we can calculate the solution. Okay, so please note down the question given. raw materials, closing stock, opening work in progress, closing work in progress, direct labor, direct expenses. I request all of you, please note down the question and then we will calculate the solution. So this is the solution. All of you, please refer to the solution. The solution is, after calculating the raw materials, we calculate the prime cost. In the prime cost, we add the opening work in progress and less closing work in progress. This comes the works cost. And after calculating the works cost, we calculate the cost of production. After the cost of production, we calculate the cost of goods sold. And after cost of goods sold, we calculate the total cost or cost of sales. After that, we add the profit and then we calculate the selling price. Please, all of you, note down this solution for your future questions. So, what is the importance of cost sheet? Why we prepare the cost sheet? What is its importance? So, we prepare the cost sheet because it facilitates accurate costing. That means we can accurately find out all the cost involved in manufacturing a product or service. Okay. The next is it supports pricing decision. Obviously, we are calculating the total cost of production, so it should support the pricing decision. It improves the transparency as all the costs are visible to you, starting from the raw materials, from the finished goods, from the labor cost, from the advertisement cost. All the costs are visible and transparent to you, and for that, it is useful for internal control and audit as well. Okay. Moving towards the next slide, what are the limitations of cost sheet? What are the limitations? The first limitation is historical in nature. Historical means it is not up to date cost. The cost is calculated at the historical price. Historical price means the price which we have paid at the time of purchase, not the present price. Okay. So it is based on historical price. It does not reflect the current market dynamics. It does not reflect the current market dynamics because every day the cost changes. Sometimes it goes up, sometimes the price goes down. But since it is historical in nature, it cannot reflect the market dynamics and complete data. Okay. So here are some MCQs for you. So the first MCQ is, what is a cost sheet? There are 4 options given. It is a summary of all financial transactions. Second is the record of inventory details. The third one is the statement showing the total cost of a product. And the fourth one is a balance sheet item. So just quickly tell me what will be the answer for this particular MCQ. Yes, very right. The correct option is option number C. A cost sheet is a statement showing the total cost of a product or service. The second MCQ, moving towards the second MCQ, which of the following is not included in the prime cost? As we all know that prime cost comes in the beginning, okay? Like starting from the raw materials, direct expense, direct wages. At that point, we get the prime cost. After prime cost, we get the factory cost, okay? So option number D, that is factory rent, is not included in the calculation of prime cost. So the correct option will be option number D. Moving towards the third MCQ, prime cost plus factory overhead is equal to what? Prime cost plus factory overhead is equal to what? So after calculating the prime cost, we add all the factory expenses, okay? Like factory lighting, factory rent, these are all the factory overheads. So after calculating prime cost, we add the factory overhead and we get the factory cost. And factory cost is also known as works cost. Yes, very right. It is also known as works cost. Factory cost is also known as works cost. Moving towards the next MCQ, which of the following is considered as a direct cost? Direct cost, which of the following is considered as a direct cost? Whether it is factory lighting, supervisor's salary, raw materials, or rent. So from the four options, option number C is the correct one. That is, raw materials is the direct cost. The rest is the indirect cost. Okay. So moving towards the next MCQ, what is added to the cost of production to arrive at the cost of sales? Why, which component is added to cost of production to arrive at the cost of sales? So cost of production calculation comes after the prime cost, factory overhead, and office and administration. As you can see, option number A, that is prime cost, it comes above the selling and distribution overhead or cost of sales. Similarly, factory cost also comes at the beginning part. So option number B is the correct one. Selling and distribution overhead is added to the cost of production to arrive at the cost of sales. The last MCQ. The last MCQ is identify the correct sequence in the cost sheet. Number A, selling cost, factory cost, prime cost. Number B, prime cost, factory cost, cost of production, cost of sales. Number C, factory cost, prime cost, cost of sales. And number D, prime cost, cost of sales, and cost of production. As you can see, option number A, selling cost is given at the first. It is wrong. Selling cost is calculated at the last. After adding the profit, we calculate the selling price. So option number A is wrong. Next, option number C, factory cost, prime cost, cost of sales. This is also wrong because factory cost comes after the prime cost. Okay, factory cost comes after the prime cost. So option number C is also wrong. Next, option number D, prime cost, cost of sales, cost of production. Prime cost, cost of sales, cost of production. This is also wrong because middle data is missing in this option. Middle data means after prime cost, we get the works cost. After works cost, we get the cost of sales, and after cost of sales, we come to the cost of production. Since one data is missing, option number B is the correct answer. That is prime cost, factory cost, cost of production, and cost of sales. I hope this topic is clear to you. Okay. So thank you, all of you. I hope to see you again. Thank you. Have a nice day. Take care.